everybody when it comes to the music. But the funny thing about it is, bro, like just on some real spill, if if I ain't gonna use the N word, I'm gonna just say men. If men stop trying to impress other men, then I think
Yeah.
that the music would change.
Blessings, blessings, blessings. What up now? It's your
What
boy
up
Noir
with it?
A.D. in a place to be. Got my guy Kobe up in here. How you
What's going
feeling this
on?
evening? Oh
Man,
man,
chilling, man. Chilling. How you been?
man. Ah, you know what? As always, I'm blessed with progress. In spite of so many things that's crazy and wrong in the world, I am blessed with progress,
Nah, I
and
feel
that's
that.
real. Yeah, man. Yeah. How is life actually treating you these days?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I got no complaints, man.
Hey,
No complaints.
that's a blessing. That is
Yeah.
definitely a blessing. You can look at life and say, I ain't got no complaints. Hey, you better
Nah,
count that all joy right there.
nah, just hey, I'm above ground. That's enough in itself.
There you go. You said it. You said it. Yeah. So what you been working on lately? Just in case the people don't know, you are
Man,
a independent hit maker extraordinaire. Just waiting to get that right diamond in the rough,
man,
shining.
I've been kicking back, man. I got a little something I'm working on, and trying to get back active on the music scene. But man, honestly, man, I've been doing the family thing, man. I've been at home with the baby girl, with the wife, man. That's it. That's it.
Right.
But I got a little project I've been working on and putting a couple things together.
What's the name of this new project that you're working on?
It'll be called Money versus People too.
Money versus people too. And I think that is very relevant to today's
Yeah,
social climate.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's the world we live in right now.
Yeah,
It's,
man.
it's money versus people.
Absolutely. And you said something important right there. You said, you're trying to get back to it. You've been doing the family thing for a minute. How is that transition? You know what I'm saying? When you have so much focus into the personal, into your your familial duties and all that as a husband, as a father, and the whole nine, got to go out and get that bread. How it has that balance been with that and your artistry per se?
Uh, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It almost, in a sense, when you're a father yourself, like you
Right.
know, multiple times me. You know what I'm saying? So you know how it is, man. It's like, man, once them babies come, man, they kind of take over, and it almost had become extinct in a sense to where it's like the time just wasn't there. Like you say, due to being a husband, a father, having to go to work, and keep keep
Right.
keep it, keep the ship going. But I sat down one day and I
Right.
was just, I,
Absolutely.
I sat down one day and I was just telling myself like, look, man, considering the fact that I do everything myself as far as the engineering, the writing, the stuff as far as that. So it's like I told myself, hey, you gotta
Yeah.
get back in there. Gotta get back in there. It ain't no age limit on it, but you don't want your music
Mm-mm.
music to age out. Some of your songs and
Yeah.
some of the topics and stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And with you, I know from personal experience, because we've written music together for quite some time now. One thing I know about you is that when it comes to uh relevant topics, relevant modern topics, you have a knack to really uh shed some light on things in an angle that is current yet unique, you know. And I'll say, like, for example, uh you wrote a song that you allowed myself and Mikey J to be a part of called Wake Up, right? That was in regard to the mass school shootings and all of that that was going on. Not saying that it still doesn't, but you know, it was in regard to that. Um, which just shows how much you keep your finger on the pulse of what's going on. And that's in spite of you, you know, doing the balancing act between your personal and your artistry. With that said, what and given the title of your album, Money versus People 2, which of course is the sequel to the first debut album, Money versus People, what would you like for this album to what message would you like to bring to the people with this album?
Uh,
In no
I would.
uncertain terms, I should say.
Honestly, man, it's just it's just to show uh, the growth in myself as an individual, um, the growth in myself and how I handle certain situations. And honestly, it's like I'm in that stage of life where it's like, you know, I want to make music for the normal man per se, like the man
Yeah,
that
for the
don't feel.
everyday man.
Yeah, yeah, the man that don't feel like he need a crowd to be sure of himself. The man that don't
Right,
feel like he gotta, you know, stay in the streets or, you know, live this certain persona to be considered, you know, real or, you know,
right.
that you know what I'm saying? Like the perception of what
Yeah,
you know, it's more than one way to skin a cat, you know. So, you know,
absolutely. Absolutely.
everybody can get money, you know what I'm saying, for however way they get it. Everybody can be fly and however they choose to be what's fly to them versus what society say fly or, you know,
Right.
social media say fly. So, you know, just that man that know who he is and just like good music and, you know,
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of good music, speaking of good music, no pun intended for Kanye, aka Ye. But what do you think of, you know, the I should say the level of hip hop, rap, just that culture, the what would you say? What do you think of the landscape, the outlook of it as of now? We've recently seen where they were talking about how there were no number one hits or something on the billboard or whatever. But to my understanding, I mean, hey, rap has still continued to dominate, but people still feel like it is losing its place. What do you say to that?
I just feel like really everybody just spent too much time chasing a sound. And then
Oh,
you got more and more people that's, you know, using music as their outlet and, you know, creating music. And but they're doing it chasing a sound that they like or that they heard.
right,
So
right,
now you got a billion people all chasing one type of, you know what I'm saying, song or one type of sound and it just get oversaturated and that's why most people feel like, oh, you know, it's losing its, you know, its spunk. But because it's hard to tell who's who. You know, you be listening to a
yeah.
song, you be thinking it's one person, and then it's somebody else. So, you know,
That's
And it's
true.
the same story most of the time with, you know, everybody when they come to the music. But the funny thing about it is, bro, like just on some real spill, if if I ain't gonna use the N word, I'm gonna just say men. If men stop trying to impress other men, then I think
Yeah.
the music would change. Because,
Yeah.
you be in a situation where, like, let's say you have a group of homeboys or something, they go to the mall or they go to wherever they get their gear from. And you'll hear one of them say, "Oh man, I'm gonna kill these niggas tonight." Like, bro,
Right.
you dressing to impress for the brothers that's gonna be in the club. What about the women that's gonna be?
Right.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's it's this macho man ego thing when it comes to music, and everybody the biggest trapper, everybody the biggest stepper, everybody you know it's it what the industry wanted to push, they the cup spilled over.
Yeah. And I kind of think that just to touch on the topic of what you were saying a bit, I really feel like the battle between Drake and Kendrick Lamar, that I mean, by all accounts, by all means, um, Drake is still, you know, taking shots and doing all of this and that, I think that battle seemed to have exposed a lot of what you're talking about in as far as the oversaturation of a sound, of a mindset. And when you said that the cup has now spilled over from it, I agree with that wholeheartedly. I think there's been it was way too much of the same thing, oversaturating the streaming platforms, the whole nine. And I think real artistry, and I will look at like artists like Kendrick Lamar as, not saying Drake is not dope, we're talking about substance, you know. Drake lacked in a lot of those areas. He didn't start off that way, but I think when he commercialized himself, it definitely went that way. Um, I think that battle definitely exposed that hand of industry, what they were trying to push, and what now the people seem to desire, which is getting back to originality, authenticity, things of that nature. How do you feel that the battle, coming off of it at what is it, a year, two, almost 2 years, it's about at 2 years?
I
How do you
mean,
feel that, I would say that the battle affected, hip hop as it is?
I mean, I think it made people choose sides, of course, and I'm be honest with you, man. Without that Drake feature, man, hip hop was a little quiet this year. Because he usually on everybody's song. He usually, you know, writing for somebody or jumping on a hook or whatever. So, I feel like the mainstream side of hip hop was quiet. Like there was a lot of stuff going on. And I feel like everybody just kind of sat back. I know, it's a change in the quarters and stuff. So, people gearing up to drop albums. But I mean, one thing I do like about that beef though, it made people start rapping again. Like the rappers
Yeah,
that that's been rapping, but nobody was trying to hear it because they used to the
that
boom
same
bop.
old sound.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I do think it made people start listening again. People used to just for a while, man, we had people if the beat wasn't five soon the song come on, they were skipping it. You don't even know what the song is. They were
right.
just turning it. But I think now it's like people are actually ready to listen again.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. I can agree with that wholeheartedly, actually. To a point of people wanted to numb themselves from actually listening to words. And then it'll be
Right.
like way after the fact when you realize and you go back listen to something that you may have been bobbing your head the whole time to, but you go back and you listen, you're like, wait a minute, what did this person just say? And I was repeating that and didn't know that they were saying that.
Right.
And it's like, oh man, I really got to listen more, but it was in that that mode of thinking for quite some time where people just wanted to feel, they didn't want to think.
Right.
And that, although on the surface it seems like an innocent thing, is really dangerous, you know not really perceiving what the real mess is behind certain things and whatnot, and then you wind up inadvertently promoting a certain thing that you really wasn't fully in agreement with.
Right.
But I mean, I do agree that this did bring out the MC, the lyricist, the person with that like you said, it made people start ripping again, really getting
Yeah.
in their bag. Who's some artists that you like that maybe, popping right now?
Oh man. Uh Man, I'll be
That you
honest with you.
may have in your playlist there.
I mean, right now, I usually listen to a lot of old stuff, man. But I mean, right now I'm listening to J. Cole album. Uh, I'm waiting on this next Future album. Um, and then I listen to a lot of underground stuff, man. I like Jid. And, he becoming
Oh
mainstream now.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I like
P5.
like it's a show that be on YouTube, man, where like underground artists they come and perform their shows. And then a lot of times, man, I'll be listening to that and find some of them songs I like, and I go download their music off Apple. Halftime, I don't even be knowing their name, but the the,
Yeah,
so- the song be hot. So
yeah,
I try to listen to that type of stuff. Not really too mainstream right now, because I just feel like it's it's kind of it's kind of like the dunk contest. It's like it's there. You be hoping some good shit get in it, but it always end up being some bullshit. So
okay,
the industry, man, it's like that agenda, man. I don't be with the agenda shit. So I like the people that do the music for the art of it, not the
yeah,
not the politics of it.
yeah, yeah. I definitely feel that. I definitely feel that. And you said something interesting when you said that, like, as you like to listen to independent artists and some of the underground artists and whatnot, and a lot of times the song is fire, and and the song more so than you would know who the artist is per se. And there's no disrespect to any artists out there who may be going through those types of things where people bumping their song, they don't know who they are. I think that has happened a lot over the years, that goes hand in hand with what you were saying earlier about the people chasing a particular sound,
Right,
chasing the same sound. And I think that caused a lot of that type of effect where people would get so used to a sound that they didn't know who the artist was that made
right,
it. And now the song has one been it kind of has more popularity than the artists themselves. And I
yeah,
think that was ongoing trend. And it's been a few artists to emerge, like you said, like Jid, um really. you know, a few of the female artists, like I say, one of my favorite female artists that came through a few within the past few years was Noir A.D the Great out of Atlanta.
Oh
I
yeah, she
like
can.
her.
Yeah, I like her. She can go.
Yeah. And you know, it's quite a few that have locked in, you know, quite a few from the TDE thing and
Yeah,
the whole nine, you know, they push that independent movement. And I see that Jay-Z and Rock Nation are making a move to sort of um, tap into the independent vein by creating distribution platforms for it. And it may be a model that's like United Masters or something. I'm not really sure too much, but the way that I understand it, it may be along those lines. United Masters, DistroKid, that type of thing. Um,
yeah,
but also they recently tapped into the independent vein of La Russell, who just signed them in some form of partnership, which you know he kind of got some flack for because he has been, you know, he's like everybody's independent hero,
yeah,
so to speak. You know, not necessarily anti-industry, but definitely his movement uh makes you wonder what could the industry do for him, you know, and he's a person that is sort of vice versa, where a song is popular than the artist who wrote it. Somebody like La Russell is clearly more popular than the song he creates. I believe he has, if I'm not mistaken, 35 or 36 albums,
yeah.
not songs, 35 or 36 albums, you know, and his popularity, him as the artist, is definitely outshining any of his songs. But I think that's what created the partnership, opportunity for the partnership with him, Jay-Z, and Rock Nation is the fact that he is popular, but his music isn't necessarily popular. And that's one thing he
Right,
has had was radio airplay. And that's what he
right.
says one thing that he's after. So, you know, it's a real interesting I'll say landscape in the music industry right now. As far as how music is distributed and consumed, because you know, as people, artists, transitioning from just pushing their music on Apple and Spotify and whatnot, you know, they're looking to get more into the um, direct to consumer route, which Russell has perfected. I don't really know of many who have done it like he has from an independent standpoint. But with this merger, I mean, we'll see what you know what that opens up for independent artists. You know, we'll see what that does for them, you know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. So uh you know, you got the MVP 2 coming out. How can the people reach you, and where can they reach you?
Uh, honestly, right now, man, I'm doing some reconstruction under the brand, and so everything under maintenance right now. I'm getting everything, all my socials back in order to be able to convert over to music pages instead of the everyday life page. But because I'm gonna separate the two, but it will be at Kobe underscore 2424 on
At Kobe underscore 2424. That's gonna
yeah,
be on your all your social media platforms, right?
yeah.
All right, for sure, for sure. Well, I tell you what, you know what I'm saying? I definitely have appreciated chopping it up with you for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got to run this back, man. I apologize, man. I like I said, man, doing that family thing, that husband thing, man. I get up every day at 4 a.m. and it's,
Hey,
uh,
you gotta get it. Hey, can
I
nobody knock
feel
you
you. I feel you,
for that
man.
one, you know?
I'm on a 15 out of 16 day flight right now.
Oh man, yeah, yeah. You definitely gotta rest up. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna put your body through that type of thing, you gotta make sure that you rest up. So what we gonna do is make sure that we let the people know, yo, this is more than just life. I am your host, Noir AD. So until the next time, y'all stay blessed. Say what?